What's up, guys? So today, of course, we got a Yabo. It says it right there. Yet another box opening. So we're gonna go ahead and open this. I want to say that this is a trade. Yeah, I think it's a trade. I'm waiting for something. But anyway, today we have the 0450 from Zero Tolerance. Go ahead and dig into this. All right, no tape, which makes things easy. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. Ooh, a bunch of stuff in here. Bunch of extra stuff. I think that is a teeny tiny little knife for my teeny tiny knife collection. But I don't want to jump ahead, so let's go ahead and see what the rest says. Hey Jeff, here is the Cold Steel Lucky, my half of the trade. So that is what the trade is for, the Cold Steel Lucky, which is a very cool, you know, classic style knife from Cold Steel. I've also included a few extras that I picked up while thrifting with my wife. One item enclosed is a multi-tool from the 1950s or 60s. By the research I've done, it looks like it was a promotional item given out by companies. Took me a bit to figure it out, but the trick to change out the tools is the Phillips screwdriver. Hope you enjoy. Michael Wilson. Thank you so much, Michael. I really appreciate it. I mean, the extras are always such a cool surprise because I'm never expecting extras like that, you know? So let's go ahead and close this for a second. Actually, do I need that for this? Nope. This, I believe, is the Cold Steel. It is. So yeah, Cold Steel did a couple like slip joints. And I always was interested in them, and I never actually got the chance to have one. And when this was offered in trade, I jumped right on it. So this one is obviously two blade. It does have a pocket clip, which is interesting. I may or may not take it off. Not sure yet. But you can see we have a fully serrated blade. There's a half stop, which is very nice. All right, fully serrated blade. And this one is in CPM S35VN. These are made in Italy, which is marked on the blade. All right, which is kind of cool, something a little bit different from Cold Steel. And then we also have, let me back this out again. So we have the you know, just the fully serrated blade, which obviously you use these independently, and then you would close that obviously and use the plain edge blade, which most people are probably going to do. I love the idea of having a fully serrated blade separate. Obviously these are smaller blades here. If you do want a serrated blade, they really do come in handy. There's certain situations, especially fibrous materials, you know, where they can definitely excel, but some people stay away from it because they're hard to sharpen. And I mean, that's one of the biggest deterrents for me, is just it's hard to sharpen. But I don't mind serrations as long as it's done right, and it's a good run of them. When you have a combo edge and it's a short little bit of serrations, I don't know. I'm not into combo edges as much as I am fully serrated blades. But it is cool that you have individual, you know, options. Okay, so having the two blades, they do make this one's called the Lucky. I want to say the Lucky One literally is just the plain edge version of this with just one blade. Okay, and there's no serrated blade. But I'm sure some of you guys remember these. I don't know if there's more than those two models. I know the Lucky and I know the Lucky One. I don't know if there's more. If there is, of course, let me know down below. But yeah, really interesting carbon fiber scales. It's very lightweight, very, very capable for being a small little knife. But it's got the classy thing going on, the classic knife look, and it's still every bit of Cold Steel that you would expect with CPM S35VN, which obviously holds a fantastic edge. So that is the actual trade. So let's go ahead and look at these. So this, again, this looks like a miniature for my miniature collection. Let me get this open. There we go. It's super cool. Actually has its own little sheath. It's got a lanyard hole. How funny is that, right? You can throw a big lanyard on this. All right, so let's pop the sheath open. Look at that, a little Damascus blade. This thing is awesome. I absolutely love it. This looks like it'd be great in the kitchen. I could chop baby carrots. It's probably can chop baby carrots, depending how small they are. But that is super, super cool. It's actually sharp. I love it. It's just so unique, you know what I mean? I love stuff like this. But it is so funny that there's literally a lanyard hole. How funny is that? So yeah, that is very, very cool. I love the miniatures. Just interesting, you know what I mean? People, I'm telling you, like, you could break out a very cool, very expensive knife, a nice ZT or something custom, whatever, and show me that. And I'll always be interested. I'll always really appreciate and love and fondle very expensive knives. But sometimes the most exciting things are just the oddball stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? It's just cool because it's different. So I love that. That was a really nice surprise. Thank you for that. And then we have this. All right, so this, he said Multitool. Archer and McLeod Contracting. Whoop. We got a part that fell out. So is this going to be, yes it is. This is like, oh, this is really cool. I've seen things like this. I've never actually owned any multi-tools like this before. So this appears, does it go this way? I don't know, we're forcing it, maybe it's the other way. It appears like all these extra tools are options, you know, like almost like interchangeable blades. So there's one piece missing. This is interesting. What is this? A hammer? It's a hammer head? Huh, how about that? All right, so here's the actual tool. So he said that the trick is in the Phillips. Oh, all right. Well, I kind of see what's going on here. So you open the Phillips head, which obviously is just a Phillips head. And this is a, you know, Swiss Army knife style handles, I guess you'd say. And that is opening a piece in here, which I'm assuming is the locking mechanism. So you have a plain edge blade, we have a saw blade, a file, obviously the combination bottle opener, can opener, and then we have a hammer. Let's try the hammer piece. So I'm assuming that these go into the top here, and then when you close that, yes, it locks in this piece. There's only a little bit of play, but there you go. Now you have your tool, so you can do some hammering away, or maybe pry out a nail or something like that. Really, really interesting. Let's try one of the blades here. All right, so unlock that. It's just neat. It's just really neat. Let's try this plain edge blade here. Let's see, it says stainless steel Japan. It's a very cool concept though. Just have interchangeable parts. And there you go. A little bit of play, a little bit of side to side, which you'd expect. Not too much at all up and down. Still very usable. But what's kind of cool about this too is you can see the disproportion of the blade to the handle. Like if I just handed this to someone open like this, you would assume everyone, even if you're not a knife person, non-knife people know what like Victorinox knives look like, Swiss Army knives, right? They may not know it's Victorinox or Venker or whatever the case may be, but they're going to know, oh yeah, that's a Swiss Army knife, right? Or a Boy Scout knife or whatever they call it. And they're going to go to like close this, you know, and there's no way to fold it obviously. But it looks weird because the blade is too big for the handle. The blade's like that, and the handle, it would poke out the bottom. I know my very accurate finger measurement, okay, it didn't look like it was too big, but pretty cool. I have to say, that is really, really cool. I love it. I love interesting knives. You guys know that, interesting knife mechanisms. All right, so this is something that's going to stay in the collection for a very, very long time. Just a cool representation. You know, I've seen these before. I've talked about these briefly with people. Now it's nice to have things like this in your collection because I can physically take it out. I can physically show these to people, explain these different designs, you know, and you see stuff like this in old books, you know, so it's just a really, really cool reference piece. I'm not sure what the one missing tool is. I'd have to look it up. I don't even have like a great guess as to what it could be anything. There's literally just endless different types of tools that are in these types of knives. So I'm not sure exactly what that would have been. Let me put this here. Looks like a better fit. Yeah, I don't know. It would just be a guess. So your guess is as good as mine. But that is awesome. I really love this. I love thrift shopping. I love going antiquing. I don't have like antiquing money. People who like literally do antiquing all the time, they'll drop thousands of dollars on stuff, furniture, all kinds of things. I like little oddball, you know, little things here and there. You guys know I have so many interests. You know, finding an old lighter is really cool to me. Obviously, anything cutlery related. I love books. I absolutely love books on all my different hobbies. You know, just, I mean, the sky's the limit. I can walk into any thrift shop or antique shop and find something, some little gadget, some little piece that is interesting to me. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's cool. It's a blessing, but it's also a curse because there's always things I want. And I have a lot of unnecessary things because I find them interesting. Perfect example of that, which has been long traded before, but I did a video on the World War II coat hanger. So that's something that I saw in an antique shop, and I fell in love with it because it was such a cool design. I loved just how it worked, right? I don't have a need for a on-the-go vintage coat hanger, okay? That was back in the day when every gentleman wore a suit, you know, maybe you have to hang up your suit jacket for something because it's a little hot, or maybe you're dressing down or whatever. It's just we don't live those lifestyles anymore. There's plenty of people who wear suits and stuff, and but it's not me. I don't wear a suit very often at all. In fact, when it comes time where I have to wear a suit, like a wedding or something or a funeral, I have to go rent one. I don't own a suit. It was a cool piece. I really loved the piece, and so I got it. It was totally unnecessary. It was not something I needed in my life, but I bought it anyway. You know what I mean? And that happens often, where I'll just buy things that are super cool, and then I'm like looking at them later on. I'm like, all right, well, you know, been there, done that, and I'll trade them off, or I'll sell them, or I'll give them away. You know, so there's so many different things like that in life that I find so interesting. But yeah, I mean, stuff like this, I just love having these things around in my collection because, again, when I'm talking about it, and it's very rare, it's going to be a rare occasion where I'm talking about this tool, but when I do, I can actually break it out. I can show people pictures. I can make videos, you know, in person, obviously. I can take it out and explain it and show how it works. I just think it's cool. I love stuff like that. So thank you so much. I really appreciate the trade. I'm going to get your stuff out ASAP. I'll probably do a video again in the future after I have some use on this one, because again, I was so interested. I always wanted to try one. Now I finally have one, the double bladed version, to test out, and we'll see what I think of it in the future. But that is it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Obviously, I have the tin over there, the metal tin, which is cool, but it's almost like I don't know, it's like having naked pictures. God forbid I show something tobacco related, so I gotta hide it over there in shame. It's crazy, seriously, crazy stuff. But thank you, I do appreciate it. I'm not neglecting it. I'm putting it off camera on purpose because of the silly rules we have here on YouTube. So that is all. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.